Primarily meal, the taste of home. Primarily meal, the taste of home. Mama in the kitchen, we never eat alone. Primarily meal, the taste of home.
Primarily meal, pure, proudly Zambian, the taste of home. Start your day with Sunrise Breakfast Show. The flagship morning show on Prime TV2. Wake up to breakfast news as it happens.
What if your name were?
In-depth discussions on the day's top stories. Live reporter checkings from across the country. Expert analysis on government policies and their impact. The latest in local and international sports. Catch us on Topstar, Channel 110, and follow us on Facebook at PTV2 Zambia.
Sunrise Breakfast.
Sunrise Breakfast Show, only on Prime TV2, the home of breaking news. Start your day with Sunrise Breakfast Show. The flagship morning show on Prime TV2. Wake up to breakfast news as it happens.
What if your name were?
In-depth discussions on the day's top stories. Live reporter checkings from across the country. Expert analysis on government policies and their impact. The latest in local and international sports. Catch us on Topstar, Channel 110, and follow us on Facebook at PTV2 Zambia.
Sunrise Breakfast.
Sunrise Breakfast Show, only on Prime TV2, the home of breaking news.
What do we stand for? We stand for possibility, for the belief that every tomorrow begins with a choice made today. We stand for growth, for curiosity that pushes boundaries, for knowledge that prepares you not just to adapt, but to lead. We stand for community, for minds that don't just think, but connect, for hands that don't just build, but uplift. We stand for experiences that shape you, for friendships that anchor you, for courage that carries you beyond this place. Here you become more than a student. You become a maker of solutions, a believer in dreams, a contributor to something greater than yourself. This is where purpose
Bushe mwalikwata Topstar decoder. Bushe mwalishiwa kutila kutimwatamba Prime TV2 Zambia pa channel 110 nga chakutira mlefu okumfwa amadiashi ayalekanalekana okufuma kunchende ishapusana. Bakanye mukumipekanisisha amadiashi konse kuntumletu mfuila maliba abaiteanya inshita yonse kumulabasa wenu wa Prime TV2. Prime TV2, umulabasa wenu.
A warm welcome to Prime TV2 News. My name is Jesse Colombo. You're catching us live on Top Star channel 110, as well as Facebook, which is PTV2 Zambia. Be sure to like and follow our Facebook page for more updates. And now the headlines. A group of 20 suspected illegal immigrants from Ethiopia, along with one Somali national, have been found confined inside a residential property in Kabangwe Shifankula area in Lusaka. 5 men have been arrested in Chungola for giving false information after reporting that their private parts had disappeared following an incident in which they claimed they were tapped on the shoulder. Bongo floodplain residents bemoan dangerous low-hanging power lines in Kalabo. President Hakainde Hichilema has challenged information and communication technology ICT professionals to use their expertise to fight cybercrime. And now the news in detail. A group of 20 suspected illegal immigrants from Ethiopia, along with one Somali national, have been found confined inside a residential property in Kabangwe Shifankula area in Lusaka. The individuals were reportedly locked indoors with limited food supplies and poor sanitation, raising serious concerns about their well-being. One of those spoken to at the scene says the group was en route to South Africa and did not have any official documentation. Taser reports.
In the quietly expanding suburb of 6 miles in Lusaka's Kabangwe area, locally known as Shifankula, a group of 20 suspected undocumented immigrants from Ethiopia, along with one Somali national, has been uncovered inside a residential property where they were confined under distressing conditions. The individuals were found locked indoors with limited food supplies and inadequate sanitation, prompting concern over their welfare. One of those spoken to at the scene said the group was in transit to South Africa and did not possess any official documentation.
Who are you? Where are you from?
I'm from Ethiopia.
Ethiopia?
Yes.
Okay, so what are you doing here?
I'm staying here, but I'm going to South Africa.
You're going to South Africa?
Yes.
Okay, so who brought you here in Zambia?
Someone let me to stay here.
Okay.
Yes.
How many are you?
Me, we are six.
Six,
yes.
Okay. Do you have papers to be here?
Papers?
Immigration papers?
Immigration papers?
Uh,
I have no immigration, another paper, but I am going to South Africa by bus.
you don't have
Yes.
passport? Do you have passport?
Passport? You have passport?
No passport.
No passport.
Residents who gathered at the property say the discovery was made after a gardener noticed unusual activity and alerted neighbors, fearing that criminals may have entered the house.
So mnyama atamenza bwera kuti abwaseule apalema kunokinga sibachoka. So ndiye pamene atipempha mbwiri paja pamaini ambe aboseula papita time ndiye pane mabwera bende make bapakinga motoka apa. So ndiye pane mangena mkati wasegura geti papita time futi bachoke pabwera mwana mkeji wandi pambo apundira anko kwa kufuno jumpa muntu I think mwangena wakawalala so ndi watamangira uza tawo nzabapeza mwamene masiye ni mwamene umu so ndi bambopunda kawala ndi mwabwera wanyama atawachura mishapu wenda ngwanya matumbwiri kuti bangene manje wana wakawala bapeza mai bantu bali 5 ndipo bambolira wesi ndisi wakawalala
So chabwera mota atend checking mukati kapena muliko venango nimetangenera tapeza babiri walipisa meketani nawo nofoka nanjala chimozi azimaendo ambo watanzira chakudya tabachose
so ya maofensi aya tufika konzero pamene maofensi timanga aya fika maofensi atsunga wakawalala atsunga bantu bambiri maningi.
Police responded swiftly, forcing entry into the premises and detaining those found inside, while 2 others are believed to have fled and remain at large. A joint investigation team comprising the Zambia Police Service and the Immigration Department has since been established to look into the matter.
I wish to confirm that this morning we received intelligence that there is a house within here, Kabangwe West, where they were harboring some illegal immigrants, suspected illegal immigrants. So upon receiving that report, our officers rushed to the scene within this place, and upon arrival, they found about 13 suspected prohibited immigrants. Then they continued with the search within the community, and at another place, they found 8 more suspected immigrants. So this brings the total to 21.
Now the incident has once again brought into focus questions around immigration management in Zambia, particularly concerning border control, human trafficking risks, and the need for strengthened monitoring systems. This is not the first case of such a nature, as other Ethiopian nationals have been intercepted in similar circumstances in the past, highlighting a recurring challenge for authorities. Also at Kafanka, Prime TV News, Lusaka.
5 men have been arrested in Chongola for allegedly giving false information to a public officer after reporting that their private parts had disappeared following an incident in which they claimed they were tapped on the shoulder. The suspects have been identified as Mambwe 45, Mwanza 24, Walia 26, Sichalwe 21, and Govulu 35 years old. Police Public Relations Officer Godfrey Chilavi says the 5 men reported the matter to Chongola Central Police Station on March 14, 2026. Mr. Chilavi explains that the suspects were issued with medical report forms and later underwent medical examination, which did not support their claims.
After investigations, the 5 men were detained on March 16, 2026, and have since been formally charged with the offense of giving false information to a public officer, contrary to Section 125 of the Penal Code, Chapter 87 of the Laws of Zambia. In a related matter arising from the same incident, Kapansa, aged 61, who was initially accused by the 5 men of tapping them on the shoulder and allegedly causing their private parts to disappear, filed a complaint against Mambwe for assault occasioning actual bodily harm. A medical report form was issued to facilitate this complaint. Following investigations, Mambwe has been formally charged with assault occasioning actual bodily harm, in addition to the charge of giving false information. All 5 suspects are currently in custody awaiting a court appearance. The Zambia Police Service reiterates its warning that acts inciting mob justice will not be tolerated. Such conduct endangers innocent lives, constitutes a criminal offense, and will be dealt with firmly in accordance with the law.
President Hakainde Hichilema has challenged information and communication technology (ICT) professionals to use their expertise responsibly in the fight against cybercrime. President Hichilema notes that while technology has become an essential part of modern life, it is increasingly being misused to harass women, steal money, and disrupt critical systems. He has observed the need for ICT professionals to apply their skills to solve societal challenges rather than contribute to the abuse of digital platforms. President Hichilema was speaking when he officiated at the Information and Communications Technology Association conference held in Livingstone. Colombo Tamanangome has the rest of the story.
The Information and Communications Technology Association conference aimed at promoting economic growth through use of technology has been held in the tourist capital, Livingstone. And President Hakainde Hichilema, who officiated at this event, says government plans to introduce deliberate economic growth programs in all the provinces in Zambia to spur economic growth in each region.
We now want to drive growth from the regional levels as well. We have 10 provinces in our country, and by and large, most of this GDP is generated by 5 provinces. Top 3, then the other 2. But this government wants to reverse that situation, so that every region, every province now will have a deliberate economic growth programs, projects, investments that will explore the potential of all the 10 provinces.
Mr. Hichilema also touched on the energy sector, saying there is need for technology in the sector to improve efficiency.
Victoria Falls Power Station can produce more power than it is at the moment. We need technological injections in there. If there are ZESCO engineers here, they know the numbers. We talk about these numbers. So efficiencies at the generation point in energy, electricity, transmission. We have a lot of transmission losses in this country. This minister of technology worked in ZESCO. So we need technology, we need ICT to help us isolate how we can improve efficiencies in our energy sector.
The head of state has also emphasized on the need for local authorities in the country to reduce rates and embrace technology in revenue collection for economic growth.
Councils, they keep on raising rates, tariffs called rates, but collect very little. So this president has now said, stop increasing council rates, actually reduce the council rates, and using ITC, we can now improve the collection capabilities and we'll collect more money.
Felix Mtati is the Technology and Science Minister.
Your Excellency, you have done critical reforms, serious reforms in our sector. That doesn't happen by accident, Your Excellency. It's because you removed import duty for the importation of digital infrastructure. And that is giving the results that we are seeing today.
Both Southern Province Minister Credo Nanjua and Information and Communications Technology Association President Dr. Clement Sinyangwe weighed in their submissions.
The integration of ICT presents immense opportunities to accelerate development, create jobs, and empower our people, especially our young people.
Under your leadership, Zambia has scored economic gains that defied expectations, averaging 5.2% annual growth between 2021 and 2024. This is in comparison to 1.5% between 2017 and 2020.
The onus now remains to the technology sector to ensure contribution to the growth of the economy. Kwalombota Mwanangombe reporting for Prime TV News in Livingstone, Southern Province.
We'll take a break on that note, but still to come, residents of the Mongo floodplains in Western Province are urgently calling on ZESCO to address the loose power cables transmitting electricity to Kalabo district. For this and many more news items, do not go away.
If it's not on Prime TV2, verify it. Our dedicated reporters across the country bring you accurate, well-researched news, keeping you informed 24/7. Catch us on Topstar Channel 110 and follow us on Facebook at Prime TV2 Zambia. Prime TV2, the home of breaking news.
When news breaks, we are already there. Welcome to Prime TV2 Zambia, the channel that never sleeps. From community stories in your backyard to national headlines shaping the country and sports and international updates that keep you ahead, we bring it all to your screen. 24/7 news, fast, reliable, unmatched. Catch us on Topstar, Channel 110. Watch live on Facebook, PTV2 Zambia. Prime TV2 Zambia, your window to the nation, your gateway to the world.
What do we stand for? We stand for possibility, for the belief that every tomorrow begins with a choice made today. We stand for growth, for curiosity that pushes boundaries, for knowledge that prepares you not just to adapt, but to lead. We stand for community, for minds that don't just think, but connect, for hands that don't just build, but uplift. We stand for experiences that shape you, for friendships that anchor you, for courage that carries you beyond this place. Here you become more than a student. You become a maker of solutions, a believer in dreams, a contributor to something greater than yourself. This is where purpose meets possibility. This is where futures are built. Charles Brook Passar University, where you stand for what matters.
Welcome back. We continue with the news. Residents of Mongo floodplains in Western Province are urgently calling on ZESCO to address the loose power cables transmitting electricity to Kalabo district. The cables, dangerously close to the water surface in the flooded plains, pose a significant risk to local residents, particularly those who navigate the waters at night. Western Province Permanent Secretary Simomo Akapelwa recently visited the area and acknowledged the potentially hazardous situation. More in the following report.
Floods in most cases come with a lot of devastating effects, from washing away houses and crop fields in the floodplains of Mongo district in Western Province to weaken the tension of ZESCO power lines supplying electricity to Kalabo district. The cables are dangerously close to the water surface in the flooded plains, posing a serious risk on human and aquatic lives, especially fishermen. The community here is appealing to ZESCO to quickly intervene by lifting them up to a normal standard.
Madampo ake na mwamezi kona kuilukupa muso kuliba wangu feleka bubebebe batoro chimbulera madampo ale apa line ya kwa Kalabo. Power line ya kwa Kalabo madampo anyenda ila fya kwenda kuli anzibi kuli nikona kuvala chwani kuli akone kwenda kuli aize mwa atai mwamezi. Kono mubonera kametwa luna usinalipo so da kuponza kono ubona kuli mwendiki 3 days fera kapa 4 days madampo ale ake na mwamezi kwa kuilukupa muso kuli wangu feleka ubebebe kusikaba ni disaster komo kisasi chaba.
Kuna ni madampo amala ita ZESCO always mwamezi solo fumana kuilukupa tuso kumina baba time alilukoza amalaiti kuli mutolu nanulela madampo always mwamezi kuli akasana aluvula akafela na vakensa spaki yeko na kuvateni.
The community expresses fear should the cables touch the water surface.
Tunani challenge tuna kwanu utata utuna rupaba ZESCO bakufele utata vo malaiti akoka mwamezi wanuka bakufela gatsa utata kuna zero hezi kwanu malaiti ni watu wakashwa
kwa mana ni madampo abazesco ni munda chwana ama madampo akoni ne kuwa chwele akaswala famezi fale madampo ao enchangwe kona kuliluna abamuluka fite fakutimela kona kwa akafita fakuswala fafasfale kona kuluna kulukapira fakukena mabutata amane ni bana bauna chwalo enchangwe.
Permanent Secretary for Western Province Mama Kapera, who visited the place, describes the situation as a disaster in waiting.
That's a disaster in waiting because people can be electrocuted. It can also mean that the towers holding that section may be bent already and they could collapse anytime. My appeal to ZESCO is that they should do a route inspection, see that point and increase the tension in those wires, lift them up. Because as it is now, even a person in a canoe can accidentally touch the live wires, especially in the evening.
With water levels expected to increase in the next few days, these community members can only look forward to a quick intervention from ZESCO. For Prime TV News in Mongo District, Marcus Pransakwita.
Central Province recorded 4,987 cases of dog bites in 2025, with 6 victims succumbing to rabies. Provincial Health Specialist Dr. Isaac Banda says the efforts to control the situation are ongoing, including mass dog vaccination campaigns and the curing of stray dogs. Dr. Banda has since urged the public to take precautions to prevent dog bites and ensure timely treatment. Joseph Siambihi has the details.
Dog bite cases have become a public health threat in Central Province. This follows the number of cases recorded in 2025 as disclosed by the Central Province Public Health Specialist Dr. Isaac Banda.
We recorded about 4,987 dog bites in 2025. And unfortunately, out of that 4,000, we had 6 who actually ended up presenting symptoms of rabies, and unfortunately, the 6 died.
Mr. Banda has further mentioned that measures have been put in place to control the situation, as he expressed concern about the delay by victims of dog bites to seek medical attention.
Doing cropping, the stray dogs. And apart from that, we have vaccination of the dogs against rabies.
This revelation came during the Provincial Epidemic Preparedness Virtual Meeting chaired by Central Province Permanent Secretary Miuno Manakampwe. In his remarks, the Central Province Permanent Secretary made some directives as he disclosed that the province has also recorded 6 cholera cases.
Central Province so far has recorded 5 confirmed cholera cases, 1 from Kapirimposhi, Shivuyunji, and Chibombo districts. And I am pleased to report that all of these cases have been contained. I also wish to give a directive to Road Transport Security Agents, RATSA, to urgently address the increasing number of road traffic accidents, especially those involving motorbikes, which are a growing concern in the province. And also to make sure that trucks that fail to pull along the main road are immediately removed from the roads.
Joseph Siambihi reporting, Prime TV News in Kabwe.
You're still watching Prime TV2 News, catching us live on Topstar Channel 110 and streaming on Facebook as PTV2 Zambia. Be sure to like and follow our Facebook page for more updates. It's now time for our African proverb of the day. Let's take a look. And that was our African proverb of the day. You are welcome to send in your proverb in any local language translated into English with the meaning included. You can send them to PTV2 at ptv2zambia.com or ptv2zambia@gmail.com. We continue with the rest of the news. Traders at Kazomba Market in Northwestern Province have expressed concern over prolonged disruptions to their businesses due to the delays in the construction of a market shelter. One of the traders, Gladys Palata, says operations have been severely affected since construction works began. She explains that many traders are struggling to sustain their livelihoods, especially those with school-going children, as profits have significantly declined in the absence of a designated trading space. Another trader, Frida Lohanga, noted that the situation has also led to tension between traders and shop owners, as some traders have resorted to operating in shop corridors after being displayed. Jackson Mansa has the details.
Traders at Kazomba Market say delays in constructing a market shelter have disrupted their businesses and reduced earnings.
Nei kufuma hampinji yatwambwiruha market kutachika kuranisha uikuwa veranda mashopu twaranisha ngachuwai wani akastoma yeranga yekwa uikuwa nengiriri kudumusaru usaidi kutuweka letu akastoma na kuingira wani uronga kukwambura wakusarangara mu market chengi chuma chinarengeshi market kutachika inakoma nishidene kuishi 1 year 3 months market inakumweka na kuenda nao yendiswa hii maniswa iswai wani dichi chuma china buriri market kumanaswai so tunakenga tuzatiri ku market kumanaswai muronge tudina nyana kashikola dimtu ahandiranga mu market.
Some have been forced to trade in shop corridors, creating tension with shop owners.
Timwabene bama shop bala idisha nyakasha abantu pula chura fya pa kutanzika ifo pano tulavota but utiposera kwa manota kuja abanesi bambi bali bapuisha ma market chawa mero yaambire market naikuwa mesi nja bali puisha ifo bakazomba kuno tabale tuposa kwa mama.
Market leaders are calling for urgent completion of the project, while the council says works will resume soon after procedural approvals.
Ma kampeni ya tampi. Pano inge mbacha kubamba abema maketi ya ziba vota bene. Bwebewe direya iwe musango. Keba sa kuvota bulongo ne. Pano ane baba akaso mujitu bize na kusonkesha. Malevi na kusonkesha. Malevi na kusonkesha. So, umvwaene mibure. Enja ino market kupuane. Nishima maketi ya zibonsi keba kasonkerangane. Anti market boy kapua ami ya mina amba.
We acknowledge the delay in the works. However, this is not as a result of delay or negligence from the municipality. I wish to state that we had written to the Auditor General, and as we awaited for the authority to be given for the variation which was requested for, some delays occurred, and as a result of that, hence the stall in the project works. I wish to also mention that the market shelter procedures or for commencement of works are under procurement, and soonest as we have concluded with the procurement process, then the contractor will be on site to commence the continuation of works.
More councillors from the opposition Patriotic Front, PF, have defected to the ruling United Party for National Development, UPND, citing ongoing development, economic recovery, and improved service delivery as key drivers behind their decision. The Shuka Ward Patriotic Front PF councillor Matthews Musonda says there have been notable economic improvements since the UPND assumed office, particularly in the mining sector. And PF Kaloko Ward councillor in Kavushi constituency Florence Mombazi says she has witnessed significant development projects in our area, especially following the increase in the Constituency Development Fund, CDF, and the leadership of President Hakainde Hichilema. Meanwhile, Mukulungwe Ward Councillor Lombe Kaweme says many ward-level projects are now being implemented with government support, making collaboration with the ruling party essential. Details in this report.
More councillors from the opposition Patriotic Front have defected to the ruling United Party for National Development, citing ongoing developmental projects in their wards. Twashuka Ward Patriotic Front Councillor Matthews Msonda, Patriotic Front Kaloko Ward Councillor in Kabushi constituency Florence Mwambazi, Munkulungwe Ward Councillor Lombe Kaweme say there have been notable economic improvements since the UPND assumed office.
So a lot has changed. So we thought that before it's too late, let's jump into a vehicle, that is leading this country. That is there's free education. There is also cash for work. We have built classrooms, like 1x4 classrooms.
Aside of those things, we've seen the mines on the copper belt are back to life. The projected benchmarks for the production capacities of the mines is also on course. We are seeing production being raised.
Is the only president who ingatungirira umusepera. The president with the heart for the young people to excel.
Receiving the councillor's UPND national chairperson, Collins Maoma, says the defections reflect growing confidence in President Hakainde Hichilema's leadership and the policies being implemented.
We can only ask you to say, please, as you, all people of Zambia, cry for peace. He is a man, President Hakainde Hichilema. Let's give him a vote. Sotsana, Sotsana, Sotsana. There are a lot of things that we can talk to. What about employment? For the first time in the history of Zambia, the teachers, more than 40,000.
And UPND Media Director Max Moe says the party does not discriminate between you and existing members.
Such that even if a person has just joined the party, in 3 seconds, if they are popular, they can be adopted. That is how we have Uchipoka Mulenga as minister. That's how we have Kabuswe. That's how we had Now, this is the message we are giving. So there is no new or old member.
And the news on that note, a recap of the top stories. A group of 20 suspected illegal immigrants from Ethiopia, along with one Somali national, have been found confined inside a residential property in Kabangwe Shifankula area in Lusaka. 5 men have been arrested in Chingola for giving false information after reporting that their private parts had disappeared following an incident in which they claimed they were tapped on the shoulder. Mongo floodplain residents bemoan dangerous low-hanging power lines in Kalabo. President Hakainde Hichilema has challenged information and communication technology ICT professionals to use their expertise to fight cybercrime. Thank you so much for watching the news. This has been Jesse Kalambo. Remember to like our Facebook page, which is PTV2 Zambia. Have a pleasant viewing.
Early in the morning, fire on the stove, love in a pie, that's the life we know. From the fields to the table, every bite it shows. Primarily me, the taste of home. Primarily me, the taste of home. Primarily me, the taste of home. Mama in the kitchen, we never eat alone. Primarily me, the taste of home.
Prime Mill Meal, pure, proudly Zambian, the taste of home.